Crossing time falling for the prince.
Lalin, a modern Thai office girl, obsessed with ancient Chinese dramas, gets sucked into a mysterious painting and wakes up as a stranger in an ancient kingdom. What starts as a desperate struggle to survive turns into something totally unexpected. She captures the attention and heart of Prince Longyu, the cold and stoic third prince, who never believed in love two hearts. Suddenly, he finds himself protecting this strange, outspoken woman, who turns his world upside down. Amid court intrigues, battles for the throne, and hidden secrets of the kingdom, can Lalin find her way back to her own world? Or will her heart make her choose a completely different destiny? This story has it all: romance, comedy, martial arts, palace schemes, and heart-fluttering moments. Get ready to cross time and fall in love right alongside her.
Chapter 1: Crossing Time, Stirring the Royal Palace.
Shanghai, China. Rain fell softly over the bustling city as Lalin,
a young Thai office worker obsessed with Chinese historical dramas, wandered through the ancient Chinese art museum. Her eyes sparkled with joy
as she admired the stunning brushwork, delicate colors, and intricate details of the paintings lining the gallery walls. Wow, this painting of the Imperial Palace is incredible. It looks just like a drama scene, she murmured to herself, raising her phone with a grin to snap a selfie. But then, suddenly, a radiant golden light burst forth from the painting. The ground beneath her feet trembled violently, as though some unseen force was pulling at her, tugging her toward the glowing canvas. Lalin's breath hitched. Wait, what's happening? Before she could move, the golden light engulfed her whole. Hey, what the heck is going on? Wait, I haven't even watched the final episode of my latest drama yet, Lalin screamed, her voice echoing into the golden light. But it was too late. The next thing she knew, her eyes fluttered open, and she was sprawled across icy cold stone tiles. Blinking in shock, Lalin slowly pushed herself up, only to find herself surrounded by people dressed in elaborate ancient Chinese robes. Soldiers lined up in neat formation, gripping long spears. Elderly officials gaped at her with wide, horrified eyes, as though she were some kind of demon dropped from the heavens. Hey, don't tell me. Who is this woman? A sharp voice bellowed across the courtyard. Seize her. She may be a spy from the enemy kingdom. A soldier barked, charging straight at her. Wait. I'm not a spy. I'm just a regular office girl, Lalin yelped, frantically waving her hands in the air. But no one listened. Rough hands grabbed her arms tightly. Ow. Hey, big bro, calm down a bit. We can just talk this out, right? Lalin yelped, her mouth twisting into a pained grimace. But it was no use. No one paid her the slightest attention. Oh no. Did I really just time travel? Lalin screamed inside her head, her heart pounding furiously. As the soldiers dragged her through the stone courtyard, her mind raced. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't some immersive VR game. This was real, terrifyingly, shockingly real. The grand ceremonial courtyard stretched wide, lined with rows of elegantly dressed nobles. Guards stood watch at every corner, their expressions sharp and alert. At the front, elevated on a high platform, stood a tall man in a regal black robe. His presence was cold, commanding, and utterly untouchable. Lalin was dragged, half stumbling, into the center of the courtyard by the soldiers, her hair a mess and her clothes rumpled. Ow. Wait. I'm not a spy. I just got lost, okay, big bro? She cried, twisting in their grip. Silence. How dare you spout lies before His Highness? One of the officials barked, his face flushed with fury. His Highness? Lalin's head shot up, and her mouth fell open in shock. The man on the platform was stunning. Piercing eyes, chiseled features, a cool, unreadable aura. Without thinking, Lalin blurted out, "That's under a prince." A heavy silence fell across the entire courtyard. Prince Longyu raised an eyebrow, his cool, sharp gaze fixed on the strange girl before him. What, did you just call me? His voice was low and smooth, but there was a quiet authority beneath every word. Lalin swallowed hard. Oh no. I said it out loud. What do I do now? I meant, Your Highness, the esteemed and noble prince, of course. Lalin stammered, forcing a dry, nervous laugh. Her hands flailed awkwardly, as if she could wave her slip-up away. By Prince Longyu's side, by Xian. The mischievous young bodyguard smirked, barely holding back a laugh. She's an odd one, Your Highness. I've never heard anyone call you that before. The soldiers shifted uncomfortably, glancing at each other. The nobles exchanged whispered murmurs, and Lalin wished the ground would just swallow her whole. Prince Longyu continued to stare at Lalin with those piercing, unreadable eyes. His gaze sharpened as he slowly narrowed them. Who are you? How did you come to be here? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Think fast, Lalin. If you want to keep your head attached, you better survive this. She took a deep breath, then plastered the sweetest, most innocent smile she had ever worn in her life. I am just a lost traveler. Your Highness, I wandered off and accidentally, stumbled into the royal palace by mistake. She chirped, holding up her fingers in a tiny cross-promise gesture. The surrounding officials erupted into murmurs. Impossible. The palace is tightly guarded. How could she possibly have entered? She must be a spy. Punish her severely. Another voice barked. Hey, 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 calm down. You can't just jump to that conclusion. Lalin screamed inwardly, her face paling. Prince Longyu's cold gaze lingered on her for another long, heavy moment. Then, with a calm and icy tone, he commanded. Throw her in the dungeon. I will interrogate her myself later. Huh? The dungeon? Wait a second, Sundara Prince. I'm innocent. Lalin shrieked, eyes wide with panic. But it was too late. Two soldiers immediately grabbed her arms from both sides. Hey, don't just drag me off like this. At least let me explain first. She wailed, flailing helplessly as they began hauling her away. Prince Longyu, the ever-cool and unshakable royal, simply turned on his heel and walked away, not sparing her a single glance. Are you kidding me? We're only a few minutes into this story, and I'm already getting tossed into a dungeon? Lalin screamed internally, her head spinning with disbelief. Ow, could you be a little gentler? I didn't even do anything wrong. Lalin cried out miserably, as the soldiers roughly shoved her forward. Clang! The heavy wooden door slammed shut, leaving her alone in the stone cell. Cold, dark, and damp. Oh my god. I've only been in this world for a few hours. And I'm already locked up. Lalin whimpered inside, hugging her knees as she sat on the hard floor, her eyes darting anxiously around the room. The prison was no joke. Shadowy figures loomed in the other cells, their wary gazes flicking toward her. And in one corner was a giant, muscle-bound man glaring at her like she might be tonight's dinner. No, no, no. I can't just sit here and wait to be eaten, Lalin thought, her heart pounding like crazy. Taking a deep breath, she closed her eyes for a second, and summoned every ounce of knowledge she had from all the Chinese dramas she'd binge-watched over the years. Okay, Lalin, think. What would the smart heroine do? Trick the guards? Fake an illness? Pretend to faint? Use your wits. Okay. If this were a Chinese drama, what would the heroine do when thrown into prison? Lalin's mind raced. 1. Don't act weak, or you'll get bullied. 2. Find a helper, or come up with an escape plan. 3. Make yourself look harmless, so no one suspects you. She sat up straighter, puffing her chest just a little. Deep breaths. Lalin, you're not just some random office girl now. You're the heroine of this story. Suddenly, a rough voice called from a neighboring cell. Hey, princess who fell down the well. Where'd you come from, huh? The prisoner sneered, his tone sly and taunting. Lalin forced a shaky smile down her back. Lalin cleared her throat, straightening her back and speaking with as much confidence as she could muster. Me? Oh, I'm, the disciple of a legendary master who lives atop Mount Tai. I just, accidentally got lost and ended up here in prison. Haha, yeah. Yes! A murmur rippled through the other prisoners. Several pairs of eyes flicked toward her, filled with suspicion and a hint of awe. Yes, just bluff your way through for now, Lalin cheered herself on internally. But then, if you're really a disciple of a great master, rumbled a deep, menacing voice. Why don't you show us some of your skills? The giant prisoner stood up, his massive, muscle-bound arms flexing, as he slowly approached her cell. His grin was sharp, his eyes glinting with challenge. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What on earth can I even show them? I can barely do a push-up. Lalin panicked, her mind spinning wildly for a plan. Lalin clenched her teeth, mind racing. Okay, what do I do? What do I do? Wait, I remember watching that TikTok about Chinese martial arts poses. Without thinking, she shot to her feet, awkwardly copying the martial stance she remembered from a random video. Then, in her loudest voice, she barked, "How dare you question me?" The giant prisoner paused for just a second, then charged straight at her. Smack. In pure panic, Lalin's instincts kicked in, but not from the fake kung fu. No, this came from the Muay Thai class she took ages ago at the gym. She swung her leg up and slammed her knee right into the big man's stomach. Thud. The massive prisoner crashed to the ground, gasping for air. The entire prison fell deathly silent. Wait, what? Did I really just knock him down? Am I this strong? Lalin thought, dizzy with shock. Whispers spread like wildfire. The other prisoners slowly began eyeing her, not with suspicion anymore, but with wide-eyed respect, and just a hint of fear. She's really a disciple of a grand master. She's so strong. Wow, this is actually working out. Lalin cheered silently, grinning. She crossed her arms, putting on her best fierce, martial hero expression. If you don't want to get hurt, stay out of my way. Understand? The other prisoners all nodded vigorously, their eyes wide with shock and sudden respect. Yes, I did it. I'm basically the boss of this prison now. Lalin laughed inwardly, riding high on her unexpected victory. But before she could celebrate too long, a sharp voice rang out from outside the cell. "Open the gates. His Highness, the third prince, has come to inspect the dungeon." Lalin flinched hard. What? The Tsundere prince is coming down here. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm in so much trouble. Stay tuned for the next episode. Lalin's story has just begun. Will she be able to return to the present world? Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode.